Today we are examining simple ways that you can manifest more money, bring more money into your life. I'm trying to get you out of your cocoon and into your wave. Float on. You're with Tanisha Ali of Butterfly Transformations, and you can reach me at butterflytransformations.com. Number 1, be good to your money. Be good to your money. Don't throw your money in a pocketbook all balled up. Don't let your coins just fall all over the floor and you don't pick them up, or they're laying on your dresser, or they're not in a nice little container, or they're not being loved on. If you don't love on the money you have, new money is not coming to you. Think about it. If you don't love on your mate or your spouse or your honey bunny, are they going to love on you? Are they going to want to be around you if you treat them like crap? So see your money as something you have to cultivate a relationship with. Value it, treat it well, stack it up nice, look at it, love on it, admire it, compliment it. This is serious. Number 2, program your money. What do I mean by program your money? We know now through quantum physics, and you guys always hear me talking about quantum physics because to me that's the nature of reality. You got to leverage this stuff. You have the ability to imprint your frequency or your energy onto anything, including physical objects. And so imprint your energy on your money and tell your money what you want it to do. If you need it to bring back more, if you need it to return to you, whatever it is you need, imprint, encode your energetic intentions into your money. Number 3, pay yourself first. This is something people don't really realize how important it is. It's important for a number of reasons. One of them is the obvious. You can't be working for Mr. Charlie every day or for your clients, and at the end of the day you come home and you don't have anything for yourself. You have to make sure that you remember you first, okay? The other really good reason to do this is because in order to start really manifesting money, for a lot of people, it can be very difficult to try to manifest it from a place of being on empty, okay? For some people, it sounds ludicrous for them to, for example, not even be able to pay their rent and be talking about, I'm getting ready to manifest $3,000 and actually feel good about it, good at the level of intensity and vibration that they need to in order to actually manifest it, because you got to really believe in it, right? So number 1, you can't set a goal that you don't believe, but you got to have something to start from. So if you are working every day and you're making money, or even if you're not, put something to the side on a regular basis, at a minimum 10 to 20%, so that you always feel like you have something. That takes the pressure off in a major way. You never feel like you're on empty. You feel like you always have something. And there's this in Islam and also in Christianity, I can't think of the actual the verbiage, but I can tell you there's a line that says, he who has, I will increase this, or for he who is grateful, I will increase, and for he who has not, they will have less, or he who is ungrateful, I will take from them, or something or other. The essential point is that if you have, more will be added, because you have a feeling of abundance already. But if you don't have and you're in your misery, you certainly can't attract anything else either. You will have less over time. So that's really, really, really important. Number 5 is to find out what your money blocks are and heal them. First and foremost, you got to find out what your money blocks are. Once you've identified them, you have to go about healing and clearing them in order to get rid of the energy that has caused the stagnation of money in your life. The 6th principle is to make sure you have balance your sacral chakra, and that you have healed your sacral chakra and that energy is flowing in that area. Go see an energy healing practitioner, Reiki practitioner, if you want to use a pendulum to examine the relative openness or closure or imbalance of your chakra, whatever it is, if you know that you've experienced trauma in your sacral chakra, you need to heal it. Why? Because this place, folks, okay? This place is your creative womb. It's the most powerful place from which to manifest. Okay? The energy in that place is some of the highest vibrating energy in the universe, because it's the creative energy of the womb that gives life. So that energy can give life to your manifestations, but if it's all blocked and messed up, which for a lot of us it actually is, simply by the nature of the effects of living and being acculturated in a patriarchal society. Not to mention those who have experienced traumas and other kinds of atrocities that have caused them to disconnect from their womb space, from their feminine energy, from their sexual energy. So that is really, 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 really important, right? Let's see. Being mindful of your thoughts as it relates to money. That requires that you slow down, that you have more present moment awareness, and that you're actually conscious of the thoughts that you have around money. Now remember, your thoughts are what gave rise to your beliefs, and your beliefs are deeply embedded in your subconscious, which is really, they say, responsible for 95% of your reality, because that's the part that self-automates. So a lot of what's happening in your life is on autopilot, and you're not even consciously aware of your creations, because it's lodged in the subconscious. But that's where the beliefs are. So you got to get in there and root that stuff out, and you got to begin to reprogram and to heal it. But to be conscious of it is very, very important. And when you feel a dissident energy or a disconnect or something that's incoherent as it relates to money, you're having a situation and someone's talking about money, or you're in a space, an experience, and something related to money comes up and your body just feels a certain way. You got to look into that. You got to figure out what's actually going on so that you can deal with that as well. So a lot of us live in a scarcity mindset, which is the opposite of a prosperity mindset or an abundance mindset. It's a mindset where you think in terms of lack. You see the cup as half empty rather than full. People who live in a scarcity mindset are always struggling. They see themselves as victims to their reality. They don't really believe they can change much. They see resources in terms of finite resources. They don't believe that the universe is abundant, and that same as the sun comes up every day and the grass grows and the leaves continue to multiply, that you should be living the same way. And if you're not living that way, then you got to get in alignment. They don't see it that way. They haven't gotten to that level of awareness yet. They still believe that you must work hard, that it's difficult, that life is hard, that there's not enough. And on top of there not being enough, they don't feel enough either. They don't feel like they're enough. So having a scarcity mindset is a major thing that curtails your ability to produce wealth and abundance. And I'm talking about not just monetary wealth, I'm talking about wealth of all types. Good health is wealth. Friendships are wealth. Loving relationships are wealth. Visualizing your money goals. Okay? First, before you visualize, you need to set goals that you believe in. The sky is the limit, but if you don't believe in it, you can't really send it the kind of emotional energy that's going to be required to connect with that frequency. All right, so you got to believe in it, because remember, the intention you send out needs to be unwavering. It cannot be like this. If it's like this, if it's wavering, sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. It's going to seem kind of random. It needs to be like this. So it needs to be something you can believe in. But you want to visualize it. You want to do this on a regular basis. You want to visualize it from a place of deep relaxation, abundance, and feel good. It's like imagining your greatest fantasy, because one thing we have as human beings is the ability to imagine. And when we imagine something, we can actually create the reality. We actually do create the reality, okay? We create the reality as soon as we command it into existence. Experiencing it is a something else, depending upon where you are on that spiritual continuum. But when you imagine it, you create it. So once you've done that, then you've got to begin to live as if it's already a reality. And for a lot of people, that's what's difficult, because that's what is so unfamiliar to us. And that's why it's important that you work on things that are maybe small first, small goals, and as they begin to manifest, track those things, and then start to reach for even greater goals, because it's got to be something that you have some buy-in to. We all have a money ceiling or a money set point, some figure that the idea of earning that figure makes us uncomfortable. It may sound crazy, but you got it, believe me. For some reason, you've decided subconsciously that having a certain amount is where you are comfortable. So that prevents you from earning more money, or it prevents you from getting above that set point. So maybe you make a lot of money and you got to constantly get in debt, or you got to go out and buy everybody in the neighborhood ice cream, or you got to go make every guy friend of yours or girlfriend of yours a loan. You got to bail somebody out every month, and for whatever reason you just can't climb out of the hole, and you're making money, you're generating money. Or you don't believe that you can get to a certain point because you think there's some fear involved. Maybe you feel like you're going to have to sacrifice something. There's something unpleasant that's going to come about as a result of you breaking that barrier. So that is really important. And then the last thing, number 10, is being grateful for your bills. When you pay out money and you're paying for stuff, most people do it with a sense of dread. But you got to think about the energy dynamics of that. First of all, is ingratitude. Ingratitude is the number one thing that's going to put you out of alignment with the energy of abundance. Just be ungrateful. Just be ungrateful and you'll never have anything worth having. You have got to see your bills as, number one, be grateful. You got to see them as a way to show gratitude for the gift of service or the product or whatever it is that you bought. Okay? And that includes your debts. You ran up some debts on some credit cards and now you're mad because you got to pay them back. What you got to do is sit up and think about all the wonderful things you bought with those credit cards as you develop a debt management plan and get out of that money chaos. But the point is that you also have to recognize that there are universal principles of giving and receiving and flow. Things must flow. What comes in must go out. What goes up must go down. These are, physics principles. Things have to flow. If the blood doesn't flow, then it clots, right? It clots up and we die. The same thing happens if you hoard money and you hold it like this. You're never going to have any peace and you're never going to have any. You're going to be constantly, money is going to be out of reach. Have you seen people that hoard? That are hoarders? They never have enough. It becomes a psychosis almost. So you have to remember that. Be grateful for your bills. Thank you, Comcast. Because I had a month's worth of internet, which allowed me to make these wonderful videos and send those emails to my job and do all that research on the internet. Thank you, Comcast. Now it's time for me to pay you, Comcast. So begin to look at things a little bit differently than the way you've been looking at them. And as you begin to make those simple, small shifts, little by little, and they become your default way of interacting with your reality, you will begin to see some changes. Just be consistent with the practice. As the fires of change scorch us, reveal our pain, and challenge the depths of our soul. It's the mercy of love that renews us. that encourages our forward progress and momentum, and that guarantees and promises our success and our healing. You are with Tunisia Ali at butterflytransformations.com if you're interested in taking my Money Magic course or my Prosperity, Consciousness, and Wealth Creation course. Please go to the website and click on Paradigm Academy. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Subscribe, like, send me a comment. But if you really liked it and you care about the people in your life, share.